At the sight of the master, Hridoy, who had been standing there with folded hands, prostrated himself before him. When the master told him to get up, he rose and began to cry like a child. How strange! Tears also appeared in the master's eyes. He wiped them away with his hands. Hridoy had made him suffer endless agonies, yet the master wept for him. Master, why are you here now? Hridoy, weeping. I have come to see you. To whom else shall I tell my sorrows? Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said to him by the way of consolation, one cannot avoid such sorrows in the world. Pleasure and pain are inevitable in worldly life. Pointing to M. That is why they come here now and then. They get peace of mind by hearing about God. What is your trouble? Hridoy, weeping. I am deprived of your company, and so I suffer. Master. Why? Was it not you who said to me, you follow your ideal and let me follow mine? Hridoy. Yes, I did say that. But what did I know? Master. I shall say goodbye to you now. Come another day, and we shall talk together. Today is Sunday, and many people have come to see me. They are waiting in my room. Have you had a good crop in the country? Hridoy. It isn't bad. Master. Let me say goodbye. Come another day. Hridoy again prostrated himself before the master, who started back to his room with them. Master, to M. He tormented me as much as he served me. When my stomach trouble had reduced my body to a couple of bones, and I couldn't eat anything, he said to me one day, Look at me, how well I eat. You have just taken a fancy that you can't eat. Again he said, You are a fool. If I weren't living with you, where would your profession of holiness be? One day, he tormented me so much that I stood on the embankment, ready to give up my body by jumping into the Ganges, which was then at flood tide. M became speechless at these words of the master. For such a man, he had shed tears a few minutes before. Master, to M. Well, he served me a great deal. Then why should he have fallen on such evil days? He took care of me like a parent bringing up a child. As for me, I would remain unconscious of the world day and night. Besides, I was ill for a long time. I was completely at his mercy. M did not know how to answer Sri Ramakrishna, so he kept silent. Sri Ramakrishna returned to his room and sat on the small couch. The devotees had been waiting for him eagerly. Several devotees from Konnagar had arrived. One of them came forward to question the master. Devotee: Sir, we hear that you go into Samadhi and experience ecstasy. Please explain why and how you get into that mood. Master: Sri Radha used to experience Mahabhava. If any of her companions wanted to touch her while she was in that state, another of them would say, "Please do not touch that body, the playground of Sri Krishna. Krishna is now sporting in her body." It is not possible to experience Bhava or Mahabhava without the realization of God. When a fish comes up from a great depth, you see a movement on the surface of the water. And if it is a big one, there is much splashing about. That is why a devotee laughs and weeps and dances and sings in the ecstasy of God. One cannot remain in bhava very long. People take a man to be crazy if he sits before a mirror and looks at his face all the time.